Right. It would seem. It would seem I'm live. I hope I'm doing this right. Because all of my stuff disappeared today. I'm on my own in the studio, so maybe you're hearing me, maybe you're not. Please put a comment there. Maybe I can see it, maybe I can't. If I do, then I'll answer your questions. So I don't know whether you hear me, but I'll start. So we're thinking of going through in this live stream, we're going to go through the newsletter. And this one will be a quick one because there's nobody around here, just the desert. So bear with me. I'll have to do everything myself. So the first piece of news in the newsletter is the announcement that the fulfillment of the Kickstarter about Pacific Rim extinction has begun. So wow, it's been a long journey. It has been hard work, more than we expected, and therefore late, I'm afraid, and sorry about that. We learned a few lessons along the way, but now finally wave one is on its way. So literally there's people busy at the moment packing and sending all of your pledges out. In some countries they already started. In some countries they will start on Monday, or they're preparing now over the weekend and starting. So basically the ball is started rolling. I know even Australia, for a change, they're already got quite a lot of them, and you can see some unboxings of them, and people seem to be really happy about the paint job, which is great, because obviously that was the biggest thing. Our biggest concern was that the concern was not good enough, but actually from what we hear from the moment from the Australian customers, and thank you for the unboxing videos, people seem to be pleased with it, which is great news. So yeah, basically keep an eye on your email, keep an eye on your doorbell, and hopefully you're gonna get all those goodies. It's actually quite exciting to see the unboxing for myself. I look at them and watch people, taking all of this stuff out of the big box, and I go, wow, we made that. Which is, it's a matter of pride, and it's very exciting. So thank you for sharing. Really, honestly, it's really exciting. So the first bit is obviously all about the fulfillment. You can still pre-order it if you want, and it will go. The release dates are pretty much out, and they will follow in the next few months. The actual releases for people that have not pre-ordered or have not backed the Kickstarter. Okay, so hopefully you're going to have fun with Kaijus and Jaegers in the next few months. So what's the next thing in the newsletter? The newsletter then focuses on the creature feature for Tales of Equestria. And I have to say the characters in this creature feature are very close to my heart, because they are books. They're magic books, alive books, books that can fly, books that can talk, and the whole concept of the library populated with books that actually can speak and tell you all about what's inside the book. It's very fantasy, it's very cool. I mean, I like libraries and bookshops, and so, it's something that, since the never-ending story time, has always been a fascinating place for me. And so the magic books, both as characters for your adventures, but also as playing characters for your you can actually play as a book. It's a bit of an interesting choice. So try that and have some fun with it. And do keep sending your submissions for creature feature, because some creatures you create will be turned into official Tales of Equestria creatures, and we'll post them, and you'll win a starter set. So go ahead, show us what creatures you want to make. And after that, the next thing is 3 more cards for the Labyrinth card game are revealed. This time, 3 of the major suit and the Labyrinth. And I have to say, these 3 cards are amongst my favorites. Because all of them are very good examples of what you can do with the mirroring effect, and what Ralph has done with the mirroring. I mean, the cleaners is a simple mirroring, as in is it completely symmetrical across the horizontal middle line. but I think it works really well as a card because it fills the space perfectly. It's circle, the characters around it, I think, is a beautiful rendition of a very medieval-looking card. And the next one is the door knockers. And this is not a proper mirroring. It's not 100% symmetrical. And you can see that the two knockers, slightly different from each other, are connected through the pendant thing around the neck, the mouth or ears. And so the connection here is not 100% symmetrical. So it's a different type of mirroring, which is perfectly suited with the two knockers. And again, the wise man, which is the third one, as far as being, as well as being funny with his hat, that's a very fun expression. But also, again, is an interesting and a different again type of mirroring, where the beard of one side of the character merges with the beard of the other, of the lower side character. So there is a flow between one and the other, which is again not symmetrical, not perfectly symmetrical like the cleaners, but different from the door knocker. So you have effectively three different types of mirroring in one spread of 3 cards. So again, well done, Ralph. They're beautiful. Obviously, I'm biased, but as an enthusiast of this kind of old ancient playing cards, tarot style cards, I really love that. Very medieval. And then there's the comic by Caesar, and this comic may explain why I'm alone in the office today. I mean, there's nobody here, as I said, and it could well be that it's because they may be enjoying their samples, their free stuff samples of Pacific Rim. Now I see somebody being here watching. Okay, right. So proof that probably I am live, which is good, because at least I know I'm not just talking to a camera. You guys are seeing me, which is good. Yep, good. Thank you for that, for the sign of life. And as usual, very funny comic with Boy and George playing Pacific Rim against Jack. There. Okay, what's next? Oh, then there's a bit of content created by you guys. There's a podcast that I recorded with Dan Adam of Paint All the Minis, and it's quite a long piece there that you can listen while painting miniatures or whatever else you enjoy doing. But we do talk about my career from Games Workshop times through River Horse, and there's a lot of stuff there. We talk Lord of the Rings. We talk a lot of other projects that are here on the shelf behind me and how they came about, and hopefully you'll find it interesting. And there's I think that stretches for quite I think it's at least half an hour. You can paint 1.5 miniatures in that time. And finally, of course, a reminder of this podcast, this live stream and the previous one where we show the card game in all its glory. And followed by the pre-orders. Wow, we have quite a lot of pre-orders on the page now. Hunger Games, which is a pre-order not for long because it's going to be officially released this month. So it's going to turn from a pre-order to an order. And again, the Kickstarters are just about to start fulfilling. Then we have Ogres and Oubliettes, which is the next supplement for Tales of Equestria, which is a lot of standees, so you can play like miniature type things that you can play with you can play on the table when you're role playing Tales of Equestria. The very, very successful, in terms of reception, but also pre-orders, the Labyrinth Adventure game. So it's a beautiful book that looks like Sarah's book from the movie, and it inside has actually dice and it's full of nice, gorgeous little features that make it quite a unique thing as a single great adventure set in the labyrinth. The next one you can pre-order is the card game. The card game, which is a game part of those. I mean, there's 80 of those cards you've seen before in the newsletter. And of course, Pacific Rim. Like Hunger Games, Pacific Rim is now fulfillment of Kickstarters, and then the pre-orders will go out, and then we'll turn from a pre-order into just there on sale. Hopefully, we'll run out of stock like that, so get there and order them. But so that's a long list. I mean, it's a long list, so long, in fact, that some of the pre-orders are even cut because it doesn't fit in the message. Right. So I think I've gone through all of the newsletter, and as we said, today is a short one because there's because I'm on my own. It's maybe something to do with being summer. Let me just check around. Dave Clark, hey Alessio, wave. Okay. Reply. Hey. Okay, so I believe that was the only comment. So I'll cut it short, and I can go home as well, maybe to play some Pacific Rim. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next week. Bye.